Kwam Yasharala Rice in the nation of Israel. I'm Chaarash Allah, and this is Yaquar Israel, and we're the teachers at Sons of Isaac Israelite Congregation, and we're bringing another lesson to you dealing with homosexuality in the Bible. All right. So, of course, there are many people who believe that the Bible is a homosexual book or whatever because it mentions various you know I guess scriptures referring to homosexuality, right? But in actuality, the Bible speaks against homosexuality more. All right, the Bible is never in favor of homosexuality whatsoever. All right, but of course, you have many of our Hotep brothers that believe that garbage. So of course, we're just gonna go into the scripture and shows you, man, the Most High has never favored homosexuality whatsoever. All right, he detests it. It's an abomination to him. Okay, so let's open up to the book of Genesis chapter 19, and let's hit verse 5 real quick. This is going to be dealing with Lot, all right, when he was in Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, or especially when he was in Sodom, all right. So Sodom, we know, was a city, man, filled with everything, every single abomination that you could think about, all right. So of course the same things that you see here in America, where were going on in Sodom as well, all right, from the bestiality, homosexuality, lesbianism, whatever you could think of, man, the murder, the rape, the adultery, all of those things, man, was heavily prevalent in Sodom, all right, in the city surrounding, or the neighboring city surrounding it, all right. So now our brother Lot ended up settling in what we know as Sodom, all right, and doing business with the Sodomites, right? So he lived amongst them, okay. So he was not as them, but he did dwell amongst them, all right. So now we about to get this instance where the angels, they came to Lot's house, and you see that the men of Sodom, man, you know, were pretty much just being very abominable. All right, so we're gonna read about it though. Go ahead, read out.
Genesis 19 and 5. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
Right. So now check that out. So he says, so they're saying, man, look, where the men at that we saw last night, man? We want you to bring them out to us so that we can know them, right? So they saying we want to have sex with these men. All right. That's what these men of Sodom, you know what I'm saying? That's where their minds was at, man. That's how carnal and fleshly these people were. All right. And this is a Hamitic people, mind you. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
So now you see Lot, man, he's trying to divert their attention away from these men that came unto him, right? All right, to dwell in his house or whatnot. Angels were there to deliver Lot from the judgment of the city, all right, and the surrounding cities that were around Sodom. So now you see that, of course, he's trying to he's letting them know, man, like, look, man, don't do this wicked act, man. So of course he's letting them know, like, look, you trying to sleep with these men, that's evil, all right. So of course we know, man, according to our laws, man, that homosexuality is evil, but we're just receiving a confirmation of it here, you know what I'm saying, and in the book of Genesis, all right. So it's just showing you right here, man, that homosexuality was not acceptable, all right. In this city, in this Hamitic city, yes, it was acceptable to them, man. But to Lot, remember, Lot grew up in the laws, okay. But to him, it was not acceptable. So he said, "Here, take these women, man. Take these women, man. They have not known men. Here, do whatever you want with them, man. But don't come towards these men. All right." So he said, "Defile the women if you want to, but don't come towards these men because it's a wicked thing for you to sit there and want to have sex with men. All right, homosexuality is an abomination." Go ahead.
Only unto these men do nothing, for came they under the shadow of my roof.
Absolutely. So he said, man, they're my guests. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Nor will we deal worse than thee, than with them.
Right. So he said, man, he's like, hey, they like, get out of the way, man. You just came to join amongst us. That's it. Right. So of course they had respect for Lot. But it was like, man, now he's like, man, you trying to judge us? Okay. Well, we gonna deal worse with you than what we was gonna deal with them, right? So they was like, all right, so we can't have them, we gonna try to take you. All right. And this is what happened. Go ahead.
And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
So it said, man, they was pressing sore to get to Lot's door. All right, they was ready to break it down. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut to the door.
So they pulled Lot out of that madness, man. They shut the door behind them and watch what happened. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they were weary themselves to find the door.
Man, so they had been smote with blindness, man, and they were still there trying to find the damn door. That's how evil and wicked, man, these people were there that dwelt in Sodom. All right. That's how evil and wicked they were. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides?
You know what? That's it. Let's go to the book of Judges, chapter 19, man. So that was dealing with Lot's house. All right. So the men, they wanted to go there and they wanted to have sex with the men who were the angels that came there, all right, to destroy that city, right, and deliver Lot and his family. Okay. So now let's get another account, man, of how homosexuality is an abominable, or another man sleeping with another man is just ridiculous. All right. In the book of Judges, chapter 19 and verse 22. Starting at verse 22.
Judges 19 and 22.
Go ahead.
As they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about and beat the door and spake to the master of the house. The old man saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him.
Right. So now they was dealing with a Levite brother. All right. So that's who they was looking for. So the Levite brother had came, man. He joined with the man, so he lodged with them. All right. So the brother that whose daughter is breaking down, man, was doing the brotherly thing and allowing the Levite man to come and dwell with him, right? Him and his concubine. Okay. So they were there, and the men of Belial was like, hey, you know what? They said they beset the house around about, man. So they all around the house, man, trying to see who is this man. Okay. And mind you, these are men of Benjamin, man, acting on homosexual and all of that. Okay. So it says the men of Belial beset the house round about and beat at the door and spake to the master of the house, and the old man saying, bring forth the man that came into thy house, that we may know him, man. So these men, they wanted to have sex with this man. That's crazy, right? But watch what the old man tells them. Go ahead, or the master of the house.
23. And the master of the house, went out unto them, nay, my brethren, do not so wickedly. This man is coming to mine house.
So it's like, man, do not so wickedly, man. Don't do this. Do this, man. This is folly that you about to do. It's true, man. So of course, the man is trying to reason with them to get them out of that mind state, man, of wanting to rape this man. Okay. So what's going to happen next? Go ahead.
Behold, here is my daughter and maiden. Out now, and humble ye them. What seemeth good unto you, but unto this man do not so vile a thing.
Right. So now you see, it's the same thing that we read in the book of Genesis, right? Dealing with Lot and with the two angels that were there with him, right? So he said, look, man, don't take these women, man. Do whatever you want with them, man, but just don't rape this man. All right. This is a vile thing that you want to do, right? So it's showing you, man, that the ways of a homosexual, it's not right, man. It's not right for men to want to play with another man's butthole. It's just not a natural thing whatsoever, man. And this is what these men were doing, man. Men of Belial. So these were men of Benjamin, man. So of course, And we don't hide the fact, man, that our people at homosexuality, all right. Remember, there were wicked Israelites, just like there are today, that practice homosexuality, all right. Of course, we're not denying that fact whatsoever, all right. So, of course, for anybody to sit there and say, "Well, you saying that the Israelites didn't practice homosexuality?" They did practice it, man, and it was an evil thing, and it was a wicked thing that they did do that, right? We just showed you right here that there were men of Benjamin that was practicing homosexuality, man, wanting to rape another man, right? Let's go to the book of First Kings chapter 14 and verse 21 and show that yes, there were sodomites in the land, right? So the book of First Kings chapter 14 and read verse 24. First Kings? Yes, First Kings chapter 14 and verse 24.
23 verse 1.
Yes.
First King
Chapter 14 and verse 24.
chapter 14 and verse 4.
Go ahead. 24.
24. Yeah. First King 14 and 24. And there were also sodomites in the land, and they did according to all the abominations of the nations which the Lord cast out before the children of Israel.
So these were Sodom. There were sodomites in the land, so it's showing you Israel was not upholding judgment as they should have been upholding, as they should have been. Okay, so of course this was during the time of Rehoboam, who was the son of Solomon, right, and the heir, and of course king of over Israel now. All right, so he was wicked. All right, he allowed wicked practices to take place, man. So he was not upholding judgment. So now, when judgment is not being enforced, you have certain things that are now going to come up, right? So it's showing that they went back into worshiping idols, all of that stuff, man. Following every single doctrine, you know what I'm saying, that the nation was following. Also, they had sodomites in the land, just like the nations that were around them, right? Look at the documentary called Odd Africa, man. Go on YouTube, man, and check that out. And you'll see, you know what I'm saying, all of the Hamitic people, all of the Hamitic peoples that still practice homosexual customs just like their fathers did, that we read about here. That's why I said the nations that it said according to all the abominations which the Lord cast out before the children of Israel. So who did the children of Israel cast out before them? They cast out Hamites, right, out of the land of Israel, all right, which was called the land of Canaan. They kicked a lot of the Canaanites out because they were practicing homosexuality, all right. Okay, so they were doing according to the nations, man. So they was practicing all of that filth and garbage, man. So like I said, man, check out that documentary called Odd Africa, man. You can go and see all of the homosexual rituals and practices that the Hamites still practice to this very day in Africa, right? But you ain't gonna see them put it out like that, man. You gotta see them in documentaries, man, that have been banned from America. Okay. Because it's so damn graphic and disgusting, man. I seen that crap out. I was like, ugh, who want to be an African? Man. Not me, brother. But anyways, so of course, that's just showing you that yes, there were sodomites in the land because judgment was not being upheld in Israel, right? So now let's go to the book of Second Maccabees. Let's fast forward to the time of the Greeks, all right, and let's see, man. So now I am going to go into a lesson this Sabbath, man, on Greek abominations and Hellenization, right? Dealing with the Greek culture, all right. So then you see, man, a lot of the abominations that the Greeks were committing in their culture, right? And you see Israel was right there with them, right? Locked into it too, man. Adopted the Greek ideas, philosophies, all of that, all right. So I'm gonna cover a little bit of that too, man. This coming Sabbath. All right. So of course, let's read that. Second Maccabees chapter 4, verse 9.
Second Maccabees 4 and 9.
Go ahead.
Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more, if he might have license to set up a place for exercise, and for the training up of the youth in the fashions of the heathen, and to write them of Jerusalem by the name of the Antiochians.
Right, Antiochans.
Antiochans,
Now
excuse me.
check this out. So now you see that this was this wicked bastard named Jason, right, who was a traitor to his nation. All right. So he had went to the king, man, to do license after the ordinances of the Greeks. So he wanted to build up gymnasiums, right? Gymnasiums is where the Greeks had trained and practiced naked, right? And they had their little swimming pools, right? To where they would swim naked, show up their physiques to one another, just like when you go to the gym today, right? Nothing new under the sun, all right? So it says, and then it says, train up the youth after the fashion of the Greeks, which are the heathen, okay? That's what they wanted to do, all right? And it says, and write them name of Jerusalem by uh, Antiochans, right? So they wanted to even change the name of the Judeans that was there. They wanted to change the names, man. We're gonna call ourselves by the Greeks. BS, man. So they was all in. Israel was all in. Okay, a portion of Israel was all in. But let's read on.
Verse 10, which when the king had granted, and he had gotten to his hand the rule, he forthwith brought his own nation to Greekish fashion.
So you said to Greekish fashion. So all of the culture, the customs of the Greeks rock naked. They just wore a little toga with nothing on up under it, man. That's what Israel did, man. They trained their children up, the next generation up in that fashion. And then their children taught their children. And then the name of Israel became erased in the minds of many of those Israelites who now profess themselves as Greeks. All right. That's what happened, man. They began to train them up in the Greekish fashion. Okay. All right. So now you can read about that for yourself, man. That's a historical fact, man. The Greeks, yes, they were homosexuals. Alexander the Great was a homosexual, known homosexual. Greeks were also known pedophiles too. All right. They loved little boys. Okay. Loved them to death, man. You'll see that they'll court a little boy just like they would court a woman. All right, to be married, man, is disgusting. Okay, that's where you get the word. You get the word pedophile from pedodesty. Okay, which is a Greek word, man. So I'm gonna bring it out, man. I'm gonna bring it out this Friday. All right. So let's go to the law now. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 22. All right, man. The Greeks made homosexuality a trend. All right, so they was trendsetting, just like you see now here in America, man. It seems like homosexuality now is at an all-time high of just being trendsetting, man. You have grown ass men sitting there, man, in little bitty ass pants. You know what I'm saying? Sagging, showing their butt, and all you see is underwear and doodle stands, man. And this is a trend amongst the youth, man, today, right? Young children, man, are sitting there doing that, rocking skinny jeans and all of that crap, man, with holes in it, showing their underwear, man. Sick, disgusting. Now you got our daughters, man, sitting there wanting to look like young Ma. Ooh, on that BS. You understand? Wanting to look like men. Disgusting, man. But scriptures speak against that too, man. Women having a masculine spirit. Most High don't like that. Not for his daughters. All right, so let's read that in the law.
Leviticus 18 and 22.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
So the Lord said, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind, man. So he said a man is not to lie with another man as he would lie with a woman. Point blank, period. Go ahead.
It is an abomination.
He said it is an abomination. It is grotesque. It is detestable to the Most High. He hates it. All right. It goes against the natural order which he established. Okay. Now go to chapter 20, verse 13 now. Let's get the judgment for homosexuality, man. So the law speaks for itself, man. The law shows you, like, look, homosexuality is an abomination, man. Just like you got a lot of them hotel brothers talking about, well, what about the uric oath? The uric oath that Abraham made his servant take. He told him to put his hand upon under his thigh. See, look at that. You look it up in the Hebrew, it talks about him touching on his loins and his penis and all of that. No, man, it's the same thing in which a man would do if he took a knight's oath. Fool. If you truly understood. But go ahead.
Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with the woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
So he said both of them have committed an abomination. All right. So he's saying lies with another man. All right. or a woman alive with another woman, they have committed an abomination. Go ahead.
They shall surely be put to death.
They shall surely be put to death, meaning they will die. Go ahead.
Their blood shall be upon them.
It said, and their blood shall be upon them. What does that mean? That means there's no sacrifice that they could give to atone for that iniquity. You understand? There's no sacrifice that they could give whatsoever. When you see their blood shall be upon them, meaning that there's no sacrifice that they could give to atone for this abominable sin. All right. There were certain things that you just could not atone for in the scriptures, man. Of course, and adultery was one of them. You couldn't atone for adultery. You couldn't atone for many of the judgments that you see, man, in Leviticus chapter 20. All right. But when the Lord said, your blood shall be upon you, that was it. They had to die. All right. Worshiping under a strange God, you had to die. That was it. There's no repenting for that. Okay. But now, all right, according to the New Testament, all right, remember, we have Christ now, which is our atonement. So now we have a second chance to get it right. All right. We have one chance, one shot, man, an opportunity to live this walk uprightly and according to scriptures as we should. All right. So can a homosexual that's been a homosexual from youth repent? Yes, they can. But can a brother or a sister that's an Israelite go back to their ways of being a homosexual, be renewed again to repentance? Absolutely not. It's not going to happen, man. That person now, their blood is going to be upon them. There's no sacrifice that they can make. There's nothing they can do. Not even the blood of Christ can atone for that. Well, you going back to that nature, okay? But let's read on. Read 13 again. Sorry.
Leviticus 20 and 13.
Go ahead.
If a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
Absolutely. Their blood shall be upon them. Drop down to read verse 14.
Leviticus 20 and 14.
Go ahead.
And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire.
Right. So if a man take a wife and her mother, right, it is wickedness. Okay. So that's talking about the aspects of homosexuality as well, man. When a man sits there and wants to have sex with both the mother and his wife. All right. That is sickness, man. Of course, remember, those are things that the ancient Egyptians did, the Canaanites did, many of the Hamitic nations did practice this. All right. So that's why the Lord said, man, he told us when we came out not to follow the ways of the nations, man, after the manner of the Egyptians or the manner of the Canaanites, man, whose land we're going to take for ourselves. All right. So, of course, these are the things in which they did, man. Okay. Let's read, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. So a man couldn't sit there and have a menage a trois with mama and daughter. Neither could he sit there and have sex with mother and wife, daughter at the same time. It wasn't going to happen. Most High did not tolerate that. That's wickedness to him. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 23 and 17. There should be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
So no whore, meaning no of the daughters of Israel. Go ahead.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
So nor sodomites. All right. So sodomites referring to those men who love homosexuality. It's not going to happen. All right. So on both sides, man, the Lord's talking about the female, and he's also talking to the male as well. There's no lesbianism and there's no homosexuality to be practiced amongst the men or the women of Israel, point blank, period. All right. That's the very same reason our nation went into captivity, man, practicing this abominable nature. All right. Order of the Most High, man. That's against creation, man. The Lord said he created man and woman, male and female, right, to reproduce. Two men cannot reproduce. You cannot rub two sticks together, all right, and make a child. You cannot rub two carpets together and make a baby. It does not happen that way, all right. Let's read. Then let's go to the book of Romans now. Romans chapter 1, and let's get verse 24. Let's go to the New Testament. The New Testament speaks heavily about homosexuality as well. All right, but you got to read it. You got to look up. You got to go and look up the words in the Greek as well. All right. To those who are into the Queen James Bible, you know, that abominable Bible that was made, man, as a mockery of the King James 1611 Bible. Guess what? And there's nothing that you can do. There's no way in hell, man, that you could shape writings or anything like that, man, to suit your disgust and lust. You understand? Hates homosexuality, all right, and he hates the ones who practice it. Yes, the sinner, all right, who practices homosexuality. It is an abomination to him, the man and the woman that does practice it. Okay, read that. Romans chapter 1 and verse 20, starting at verse 24.
Romans 1 and 24.
Go ahead.
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts.
So through the lust of man's own heart, the Lord gave man up to that uncleanness. All right. That's why he said, man, what he say? He said, his spirit will always strive with man for their flesh, right? Because the Lord gave man up to their vile affections, man, because he seen the imagination of their thought was continually evil. Go ahead.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
So they dishonored their bodies between themselves, man, committing these abominable acts of fornication, all right, defiling their temple, okay, to where the Most High can no longer dwell in them. Go ahead. Let me go yeah, keep going.
25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Right. So who turned the truth of God into a lie? Who told man, all right, who told man that man and man was okay? Who said woman and woman was okay? Who changed the truth of God, which marriage is between man and a woman, right? Who turned that into a lie and said that it is now between a man and a man? Who changed the truth of God and turned it into a lie? Man did. Go ahead.
Who was blessed forever. Amen.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto the vile affections.
So the Most High gave them up to vile affection. Man wanted to sit there and change his way. Man wanted to sit there and sit in the lust and the deceitfulness of his heart. And guess what? The Lord said he gave them up to their vile affection. Go ahead.
For even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature.
So you see the men did, but now the women changed the natural use that they had, man, which was to give birth and have children and marry husbands, right? Now they burning for each other now. Sickness. Go ahead.
Verse 27. And likewise also the men leaving the natural use of the woman.
And he said, likewise also the men left the natural use of the woman, man. To do what? Go ahead.
Burn in their lust one towards another.
He said to burn in their lust one towards another. Sick. Disgusting, man. Go ahead.
Men with men working that which is unseemly.
He said men with men working that which is unseemly. That ish ain't right, pretty much. All right. But Paul was witnessing a lot of this stuff, man. That's a lot of that stuff was going on in the Roman Empire too, man. Just like you see here in America today, man. A lot of that stuff is going on now. And men burning for men. Go ahead.
They are broadcasting it on TV.
Heavily.
Why? Because they know the TV, everyone's watching and it's brainwashed.
Absolutely, man. That's what's happening. You know, the vibrations, man. Shoot, they get you, you know what I'm saying, in your mind, man. They get your children, you know what I'm saying, at a young age, man, through the TVs, man, computers, all of that, cell phones, all those things. Go ahead.
And receiving in themselves the recompense of their error which has met.
Absolutely. So, and they received in themselves a recompense which was meet for their disgusting, vile acts, right? So that's why you see they get these diseases that they can't get rid of. What did Alexander the Greek die of? He died of syphilis, right? The advanced stages of it, right? To where it killed him. Alexander died young as a ruler. I believe what, 32? 32 is young to die. I'm 30 years of age. Alexander died 2 years, you know what I'm saying, 2 years before me. He was 2 years older than me, shall I say. And he died. of a venereal disease. So there are punishments that the Most High has, man, you know what I'm saying, for, men and men mixing fluid together and women mixing fluid together. All right. So remember, that's why the balance is it's a man and a woman, okay? Not a man and a man. All right. That's why you see men with men, they get AIDS and ugh, disgusting stuff, man. Just look up those pictures, man, of venereal diseases. It'll make your skin crawl, man. But let's go to First Corinthians chapter 6, and let's get verse 9. Is homosexuality in the New Testament? Absolutely. I remember a lady said, "Show me where homosexuality is in the Bible." I ain't never read it in there.
First Corinthians.
Like, what? First Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. I was like, what? Are you serious? I showed her.
We're gonna bring it out. First Corinthians 6 and 9.
Go ahead.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived.
So Paul said, be not deceived. All right, go ahead.
Neither fornicators.
Fornicators, those that love to have free sex with anybody and everybody, right? Go ahead.
Nor idolaters.
Nor idolaters, those that like to worship idols. Go ahead.
Nor adulterers.
Adulterers, men or women that like to leave their husbands and go to different men that like to sleep with married women. Go ahead.
Nor effeminate.
Nor effeminates, meaning men that have feminine tendencies, man, like to want to dress like a woman, act like a woman, talk like a woman, you know what I'm saying? Wear women's panties and all of that crap. You know, effeminate, you know what I'm saying? So if the Most High says an effeminate man is not going to enter into the kingdom of heaven, then you already know that a masculine woman ain't getting in either. Point blank, period. All right, go ahead.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners,
right,
shall inherit the kingdom of God.
Right. So none of these people who perform these vile acts shall not inherit. They will no wise inherit the kingdom of God at all. All right. So that is a fact. Okay. The Bible tells us this. All right. So now let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 3 and let's get verse 9. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9.
Isaiah 3,
yes, Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9. This one will really get y'all.
Isaiah 3 and 9.
Go ahead.
The shrew of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, but they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
Now check this out. So he says, their countenance doeth show, doeth witness against them, right? They declared their sins as Sodom, all right? So, of course, we already know when they talk about they declare their sins as Sodom, meaning that it's out in the open, man. Everybody know it. Everybody see it. There's no shame in that game whatsoever, right? So, of course, you have men, right? And going back to the industry, right, that have put on dresses, right? So that's some sort of like an initiation, you know what I'm saying, for those black entertainers, man, that, you know, want to excel and move to the next level. All right. So look, you got to put on a dress if you want to excel to the next level, right? Or what, you know what, you got to have sex with that old Jewish man, taking that Viagra. He wants you to have sexual relations with him, or he wants to bang you. Okay. So of course, man, you have brothers like Flip Wilson, you know what I'm saying, who's like the first black man to first black comedian, man, to put on a dress. You had Eddie Long, man, who slept with like 5 young men. You know what I'm saying? Transgender boys and all of that stuff, man. And that was like, that completely blew my mind. Everybody that stayed in that damn congregation, man, that excuse my language, that whole should have been shut down immediately after he done that, man. Everybody should have walked out of there. That man should be broke right now. for that evil and for that wickedness, right? But the Christian doctrine says you can't judge, right? You have to forgive him. Bunch of BS, man.
And like they always say, do as I say, not as I do.
Absolutely. That's the crazy part, man. You have Juanita Bynum. She confessed to an open a relationship with a woman, you know what I'm saying? And this woman, she's been in ministry for years. So, of course, when was this happen? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, these are just people, man, who, you know what I'm saying, who committed these homosexual acts, putting on a dress that's cross-dressing according to scripture, man. That's 22:5, man. It explains that to you. A man shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a woman, right? Neither shall a woman wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Okay. A man dress, that is not funny, man. That is masculinity, man, being made fun of, man, being taken. Absolutely. You understand?
They stripping you of your power. The war to see that you are feminine.
Yep. I knew something was going on, man. When I watched that movie Pulp Fiction, man, with Ving Rhames, man, getting ran. Boy. A southern white boy at that. What kind of message is that sending, man?
In a post not too long ago where it had the pastor and the first man. They got a church, they got a body. That's the blind leading the blind.
Yep.
And they doing so with the picking parts and pieces to fulfill what their ulterior motive is.
Absolutely, man. So like Christ said, if the blind lead the blind, so they both not. Well, yeah, that ditch is that lake of fire.
Sure.
That ditch is the lake of fire, man, that they falling into. So again, so of course, man, other situations, you got R. Kelly, man, promoting the skirt shirt, right? Man, that look like a woman's skirt, man. I see brothers out in the streets with that, man. I was like, you got that. That blew me away right there too. And he has a daughter that want to be a boy, right, or son.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think he has a son or something that want to be a girl.
Look at his mother, Johnson's son. Sick.
Yep.
There's so many we can name out there.
Yep. He want to be a cheerleader. He want to be a damn cheerleader, man. I was like,
this dude is 6 foot, whatever, and you want to be a cheerleader. Come on, man.
It shows you the mentality and the minds, man, of our people, man. It's just gone, man.
You see TV shows like what's that show with Gabrielle Union? The little show she got on, I think it's
I forget.
Well, on the show, she says being gay is the new black.
Well, they got T-shirts with that too.
You know how many children watch that show? Being gay is the new black.
It's disgusting, man. For real.
So for that one kid that but he heard that, now he's standing tall. And the negativity of what's going on out here in this Western civilization.
That's real, man. And then check this out, man. You know, this really it has something to do with homosexuality, but all right, you have Ray J, right? Ray J put out a pornographic sex tape, right, with the witch whore Kim Kardashian. You know what I mean? Kim Kardashian became an internet success. You know what I'm saying? Famous and all of that just for making a sex tape with a brother, right? And this man, he ends up getting his own reality TV show. What do you call it? Ray J Love, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This man got him a reality TV show, man, with all these different women. And I'm like, did everybody forget that this nigga just put out a sex tape? This nigga just exposed himself to the entire earth
for money.
For money? Oh, okay.
For money.
All right. I don't know. He became successful again, man. Just off that video. I don't know. All right. But and then you see it led to so many others doing the exact same damn thing too, man, for fame. Yep. So
you even had what's the one chick on I think it's the Atlanta show, Mimi or something.
Yeah.
She put out her own. She recorded and put it out herself.
Absolutely.
And tried to make it seem like she didn't do it.
Absolutely, man. Just straight disgusting, man. So it's just crazy, man. And so and there's more black men that put on dress. You got Jamie Foxx, you got Martin. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Ving Rhames, he played a transsexual.
Vin
You had
Ray
Wesley
plays
Snipes
so
play
many
one.
homosexual parts.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yep.
It seems like every time I look up, he's playing the role and he's a homosexual.
Yep. Then you had what's the name? Like I said, Wesley Snipes. You had Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, White Girls, Tyler Perry, of course, the trendsetter of Christianity. Cross dressing is okay. The brother from Boondock said it best. It's all right to cross dress for Christ, right? Cross dress for Christ. Wow, right? So then you also had Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy did it on multiple occasions too.
Yeah.
They say Dave Chappelle ain't never did it. I know he did it once, right? In a movie called Robin Hood Men in Tights. All right, that was probably his only time that I know he put it on, but he did it in
But
his,
when they want him to
his
really put a
ignorance.
dress on to be in the forefront,
Yeah,
he turned it down.
absolutely.
And you see how they tore him down after that.
Yep, absolutely, man. And my thing is, and now you got Kevin Hart, man. Remember Kevin Hart? He put on a damn dress. He even got butt busted by Shaq, man, in that show.
Yeah.
What's it called? Real Husbands of Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
He got butt busted by Shaq, man. I knew something was funny with Shaq ass too.
See, and they think that this is the scripts that do it is funny, but in reality, these people behind the scene know what to do to brainwash our people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bigger plot to them. And they just think it's fun games. In reality, it's not.
Now you got young boys, man, in the locker room playing "Take Your Manhood" and all of that crap, man. Just gay stuff, man. So so definitely, man, homosexuality is not acceptable according to the Bible, no matter how people want to spin it, twist it, explain it. You know what I'm saying? According to the Word of God, even in the original text and scrolls, it is still unacceptable. Go ahead, Art.
And then also you got these people saying, I was born this way, I was born this way. No, you was not born that way. You were not born that way. You were put on this earth to reproduce. You were not born this way.
No.
Now they have stuff where they're dealing with like in the bottles and everything, the rubber and stuff it's meant to like alter, I think it's the hormone or something like that in your body to where it ends up making some be homosexual and all that. We'll have to break that down later. But you were not born that way.
Absolutely.
So stop saying that. Stop saying the Most High still loves you, because he doesn't. You see it right here in the scriptures. And that's the problem. Everybody take things for what they pastor may say, or they hear Joel Osteen say, oh, it's okay to be a homosexual. No, it's not.
I seen Joel Osteen make quote a scripture and expound for like 45 minutes, not opening up the Bible at all.
One scripture.
Not even he quotes it and then just expound on it.
And guess what?
That's it.
He probably,
that brother, he's a hell of a motivational speaker. I'm gonna tell you that much, man. A lot of them cats up in them pulpits are motivational speakers.
Yeah, they get trained to do that. They get trained to bring in that money.
And that's why you got men, man, with no college degree, then no high school diplomas, and smash them in the very Bible that they supposed to been studying for years, right? Because, man, when you teaching truth, it don't matter, man. It don't matter if you got a piece of paper telling you you're a master or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? When you in the spirit, you master your master's degree. That's the spirit that's within you, right? And you can take the truth in His word and destroy any lie that's being told, man. It don't matter how well known that person is, man. You can take His word and smash them, crush their very soul with His word. All right. So with that, you know what I'm saying? We just wanted to go into homosexuality in the Bible, of course. Man, if the Lord is against it, He's never been for it. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, definitely tune in for more lessons with Sons of Isaac Israelite Congregation. Chaarash, Allah, this is Officer Yaquar, and we'll be seeing you guys later. With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.